So I'm at Aldi's in Florida, at an Aldi's nearby, and those of you who might be following my channel, you remember a few months ago I did an Aldi's kind of shopping comparison in my local area in Kent, and now I'm in Florida, so I'm just going to go around and buy and look at stuff that I really want to buy anyway, and look at a few other things that you might be interested in as well, and let's look at the prices. Want to go? Get ready. Look at all that space. Parking spaces. Completely different, isn't it? Coming in, this is instead of the 5 or 6 thing they have in England, so Aldi saving 33% off. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, $1.95 for £3. Cranberries, 99p for that big bag, so good value if you love cranberry sauce. Carrots, reasonable, 89 for that pack. Brussels sprouts, we've got 179, is that for £1 there? Yep. French beans, they look a little bit more, 2.69 for £1. Pretty good, I think we'll get some of those. Yeah. Haricots, okay, here we go. Alright, first thing, shopping bags ready. Right, so I don't generally buy too much of this. Let's just see for interest's sake. So $5.99 for a pack of that filled pasta that I know is popular in England. So that would be $5.99, about £4, something like that. Pizza, of course, you're going to see some massive pizzas here. These are just pretty sublime, really, but $6.99 for that big pepperoni pizza there, about £4. Quick approximate, okay, disclaimer there. So if you want to get more accurate prices, please do an exchange on that, but I do roughly what I think is right at the time. Okay, so what else? So we've got berries here. So I had a quick look in Publix the other week, which is quite pricey, but good, very good produce, but a little bit more expensive. So raspberries $2.15 for a punnet like that. Actually, that's quite reasonable. They're not organic. These ones anyway. Premium strawberries. How much are those? So $4.19 for a thing of strawberries. I've got raspberries, so I'm not going to buy any today. Grapes. I'm not really into grapes right now, you know what I mean? Sometimes we go in and out of foods, don't we? You know, we're like loving something and then all of a sudden, nah, like bananas, you know, I'm like that with bananas. Okay, so we have what they call over here European cucumbers, blah. So 95 cents, so that's about 75p, which is cheaper, I think. I remember in Aldi's it was about £1. So, not sure, I think I just get one today because we've probably run out. Okay, so that goes in there. And so they have quite a lot of fresh corn here for things like smoked ham and corn, you know, that's very popular. So how much is that? That's $3.29 like for a pack, about £2. What else? Brussels sprouts, not just yet. I might get those for a Thanksgiving meal. Right, so yeah, let's look down at the spinach now. I want to eat the spinach. Yeah. So let's get some spinach. This is about 1.79, about just a little bit less than a pound. About the same or a bit less. Okay, what else? Salad. Now they do a really good range here. They do the spring mixes, which I really missed when it's organic as well, like a big tub there for $4.89. Organic spring mix. Baby spinach. Yeah, it's nice. $2.89 for the organic. What else? So I'm like most other people, I think. I try and shop carefully, you know, try and get what I can. Now the Americans are really good at this kind of stuff. They do a huge vegetable tray. Of course, I'm not saying we never do it in England, but I'm saying they're really good at it over here, and they do good prices on things like that. So yeah, I might get that. Romaine. Are we going to eat it though? We're not doing too good on the salads right now at our house, so I'm really wanting to up the salads eventually. So what have we got over here? Yeah, pineapples. $2.15. Mangoes. Can't really remember how much they would be in the UK, but $1.09. So that's more like 80p for a mango. I think I might just get that and let it ripen up and put it in a smoothie. The bakery department. Yeah, sweet little somethings. Right, what have we got here? I might not be able to remember all the prices actually, but it's interesting to see, isn't it? Anyone watching from England, Britain, you can always do your own little test here. So the bake shop, they do such a brilliant job of making it look good. I mean, it's very sugary and very sweet, but delicious, you know. $3.19 for all of those gorgeous cinnamon rolls. Oh, love those. But I'm not going to get them today. I'm trying to be self-controlled, lose a few pounds, you know, by not eating that kind of stuff. But it's very there, you know, it's okay, what else is different here? So yeah, something like a Dutch apple pie. That's what they call pie, by the way. It has more of a crumbly topping, which is very nice. I've made those at home. $5 for that, so say about £3. Reasonable, isn't it? And of course, the pecan pie. I have a story here for you, very quick. I used to say pecan all the time, you know, like us Brits do. And when I was selling my granolas and stuff at the market, the farmer's market in Florida, they, some Americans used to laugh when I said, well, it's got pecans in it. And one lady actually confronted me one day nicely, but she was like an older, rather kind of like, you know, on the ball lady, and she said, a pecan is something you keep by the side of your bed. And after that, I was just like really, I was really, you know, careful to say pecan, or try to anyway. Okay, so banana nut muffins, again, very nice American-y type thing, $3.89. I'm just doing a little video. And then blueberry muffins, of course, blueberries, very big over here in things, you know, in baked goods. $3.89, so I don't know, a little under £3 for those, all of those. Oh, this is something that my hubby used to like quite a bit. One of those, what's it called? It's just like a Danish bake thing, but it's really nice the way they do it. $3.39. Well, if I was looking for cakes, I might get that. But right now I have some German Christmas cake at home, so I'm not going to buy any just yet. Okay, enough about that. So what have we got over here? Tomatoes. So comparisons. Let's see what we can look at. So we have tomatoes on the vine, $3.19, about £2, so probably about the same. What do you think? Peppers, $2.39 for a pack of 3, $2.99 for a pack of how many? About 4 in there. Okay, $2.99, about £2 for 4. A little bit less than Aldi in Kent, England. All right, what have we got around here? Onions, about the same, $1.99. Potatoes. Now that's something that I was concerned about. I heard that potatoes was quite a lot over here, but really they're fairly reasonable. $3.89 for a pack of russet potatoes, like a £5 bag. So let's say a little under £3 for that. Reasonable. You know, maybe they are cheaper. I think potatoes are cheaper in the UK, but they're probably grown more, aren't they? I don't know. Now these are quite nice. Pumpkin cake rolls, time of year, Thanksgiving. So they'll do quite a bit of something like that for Thanksgiving. And they just look so delicious, don't they? Oh, so I might come back and choose something to take to our friend's house for Thanksgiving. And then over here we got your normal stuff. Let's see how much the English muffins are. So $1.59 for a pack, so that's about 90p. Depends where you shop, doesn't it, in the UK as well. Now this is the bread that I like to get because they do have a range of sourdough. Here at Aldi's, $3.99 for the sourdough bread, so that's a little under £3 for that. But then they have non-GMO as well, which is $3.79. I'll probably end up getting that. Is this non-GMO? I try and do that whenever I can. Oh, they do have a sourdough that is non-GMO. Okay, how much is that? $3.29. Huh. Oh, it's got the seeds on there. I see. Main ingredients: flour, salt and water. I love that, love that, love that. I'm a sourdough maker, so you won't really know, most of my viewers won't know, but I run a bakery in Florida before I left, and I used to make real sourdough. I might be able to pick it back up, but right now I've got quite a bit on my plate, so literally so I won't. Sugar. So I'm going to grab some raw honey. But you know, for now I want to get a raw honey sauce here. So I do. This has got to be more expensive here. It's just got to be, hasn't it? $5.29. Yeah. So, but it's because it's coming in. It's a different thing, isn't it? So they have Edam. They have some different cheeses here, but this is Aldi, so it helps, doesn't it? Goat cheese. How much is that? Goat cheese, $4.49. Okay, so going on to the classic American grated cheese. So they do like to buy this. My take on it is I'm used to just getting out my grater and grating it myself, but some people love just to have it ready, and that's their choice. So it's $3.29 for my old shop. Now, just as a little pointer here, if you're over here visiting, cheese is not the same as in England. It doesn't taste, it tastes different. Okay, so the sharp cheddar is the closest that I've really found to English cheddar, you know, in terms of tanginess and taste. But then they have lots of other things that we don't have. There's pepper jack, that's very neat. Has a little, like a jalapeno in it, I think. $1.79. Mozzarella, I think that's about the same as UK. I know I used to get a good deal in Aldi's in Kent for mozzarella, like a pack, 2 balls of it for like 60p or something, but that was unusual. So this is actually a little bit more expensive, mozzarella. What else? Because they love the singles, so singles are used a lot on, you know, cheeseburgers and stuff. I'm probably preaching to the choir here, I'm sorry, but just nattering on for those of you that don't know. Bologna or bologna, $1.69. Okay, so Italian mild sausage is $4.19. Oh, bratwurst, yeah. Might get some of those. Yeah, I think I'll get some bratwurst. I like those sometimes, just one with some eggs. Alright, so we haven't got much in our basket right now. I've got to hurry up and get going here. They've got a lot of different cereals. Fruity Pebbles, $4 something. Cocoa peanut butter puffs, $1.95. What else? Cornflakes, just generic cornflakes here. Well, they're not generic, but you know what I mean, like ordinary stuff. $1.49, it's pretty good. Raisin Bran, $2.15. So people can argue about brands, but to me, hey, you know. Okay, what are we looking at here? We've got some, these are pretty good, these jars, I like those, the organic jars, so $2 something. That's something that I can remember as well, in Kent, England, a little bit cheaper for the actual pasta sauces, depends which one you buy. So that one's going to be a little bit more pricey, $2.19. This is very popular, the Creole seasoning over here, $2.59 for that. A bit under £2. What else? Of course, there's so many different flavourings that they do here. $2.95. So, anyone remember the price of that in England? That's going to be about $1.90 or something. Anyone a fan of Gatorade? Let me know in the comments if you can remember how much Gatorade is in the UK. I didn't used to buy it too much, but so $1.72 each. Okay, about a little under £1 for that big box. $8. Prime. Do you remember all that? I remember when the teens were going crazy about that in the UK. Well, it's $1.95 each there, so it's about £1.50. Organic whole chicken. Wonder how much that is. $16. So there's a good comparison to make. So, or I'm sorry, $15. So that would be about £9 for an organic chicken. I think that's pretty good. Organic chicken, yeah. I'm going to start buying more than that. More of that. Oh, let's see what the ground lamb, that's a pretty good price for $6. I'm going to grab some of that because I like making shepherd's pie. Got to do that, haven't we, from time to time. Keep up the memories. And then sirloin. Price is marked. So $1.88 a pound, $13.22. So if you're in the market for some sirloin, there's the price. What we got? Ribeyes. Oh, they look good, don't they? If you're a steak lover, so $15.48 for all that ribeye steak. That's a good deal if you're going to do a nice come round for a barbecue type thing. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Right. Look what I just did. I changed my mind. I thought I'll get those, and I'm going to put like a few in the freezer for another day, and we'll enjoy a ribeye steak one of these days. Okay, got to have some treats for yourself, haven't you, occasionally? So butter, I know that's a big deal with the prices right now. So at the moment I'm buying this. So this is $3.29 for the butter packs there. So that's 4 sticks, which is £1. Yeah. I've noticed the oat milk. Let's start with the downside. That's more expensive, I think. The oat milk overall. I remember seeing like a half of one of those in Aldi's in England for about £1 or something, wasn't it? £1.20. So say about £1.60. Sorry, $1.60. So 2. So the half and half, that's really something that's very particular to America, which I did miss in England, having that mixture. I like to get the organic if I can, but they have a lot of generics as well. So this is $4.35. The price of eggs in Aldi's here. So 1 dozen, $1.96. That's about just over £1. Say maybe £1.30 to be fair. So pretty good price for the eggs, generic eggs. Fish fingers, we got $4.69. I do like to look out for certain makes if I can get it. And the shrimp, nice bag there, $6.49. Gulf shrimp, how much is that? $4.99, $5. Crab sticks, anyone for crab sticks? I personally not a crab fan, but I know lots of people are. That looks good, doesn't it? The shrimp ring, $9.99. Again, something nice to buy if you're going to dinner somewhere and you want to add to their food. Right, there's something I bought the other day I'd like to find and buy again. Okay, so $97 for that piece. So they're the prices anyway. Let's grab a lot. Tubs of ice cream. You've got to do that, haven't you, in America? So $8.29 for a massive half-a-gallon tub. So you've got all of these Christmas cookies, banana pudding, mint chocolates, Dutch chocolate, French vanilla, cherry vanilla, cornbread stuffing. So that's going to be bigger. Thanksgiving, $1.29 for a pack there, a bit like sage and onion, only American. Stuffing mix, $95, it's pretty cheap. Then, of course, there's the cranberries again. Pumpkin pie mix. So $2.99 for a mix like that is actually, it sounds like a lot, but I've tried making pumpkin myself. And a few years back, I had a massive pumpkin either given to us or we just grabbed it. It took ages to cook this pumpkin. Then once you've cooked it, then you have to chop it all up first, then cook it, and then chop it up again and mash it. By the time you've done all that, it's actually quite encouraging to buy a can if you're going to do pumpkin pie. Look, here's my favourite right now, marzipan stollen. I have got one already at home. So this is what I have today. Not doing a huge job, just looking around for some fresh stuff mostly to top up what we have. And let's see how much it is at the counter. That little bundle, you want to have a guess how much it was? I'll take off the candle and the lighters that I added on, they're not food. And I did add a couple of things in there as I got up to the checkout, but it was $73. And you just don't know where it goes, do we? So I mean, I remember saying the same thing in the UK, but I did, to be fair, I did buy a pack of like 8 of those steaks that I said I wasn't going to get, but I'm going to make them last. I'm going to put them in the freezer, you know, like have to eat to, you know, save the rest in packs. So yeah, so those were 15 right there, and then a couple of other items. Whew. So, you know, I'm just acclimatizing to the humidity here. It's actually been quite low. So yeah, it's been interesting so far. Please let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do comparisons on other things like houses. I'm going to do one about schools and teaching eventually, but job's a priority right now. You can imagine that. I am, you know, seeking out a job, one that suits really. It's going pretty good. I've had a couple of interviews already, but it's a waiting game, isn't it? Anyone who's been in the job market recently will know that. So yeah, just waiting on that. As far as things like leaving the UK type issues, like selling my house and would I have to pay tax on that? No, because it was my primary residence and it was under a certain amount that, you know, the capital gains on there. So all good there. If you do your homework, if you're ever doing that, you can look it up online and find out all that information, that there's a threshold where you can make a certain amount of profit without even having that capital gains tax right now anyway. So that was fine there, all squared away with the costs, the moving costs with solicitors and estate agents. But I just threw that in there because I know haven't really talked really that much about specific costs. So if you would like a rundown of my costs, I'm happy to do one of those. But suffice it to say, I made it, and now it's just a case of getting some income coming in and getting rolling again. Okay, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little comparisons again. Sorry for rambling a bit at times, but I like to be natural. I like to just be me on my channel, not pretending to be anyone else, just me. That's all you get is Steffi. So thanks to all my faithful subscribers and viewers, and I hope to see you in the next video. Cheerio.